I'm Peter Block here at TCT in Washington, D.C. for On the Scene. The whole business of transcatheter valve replacement now gets into its sort of historical side, 1, 2, 3, and 5-year follow-ups and so forth. I'm here with Stephen Yakubov, who is here to tell us about the 2-year results of the CoreValve outcomes. Is that right, Stephen?
That's correct, Dr. Block.
Okay, so tell me what you found now at 2 years compared to 1 year. Obviously, the question is, what about paravalvular regurgitation? That's always the big question. What about the heart block issue and such? What are you finding at 2 years?
So the main findings at 2 years are the all-cause mortality and major stroke rate are very low. It's only 38.4% at 2 years. We do have some paravalvular regurgitation. The paravalvular regurgitation that we saw improvement at 1 year, those effects are sustained at 2 years, and the stroke rates, as you know, are very low out to 2 years.
Yeah, the stroke rates to start with were low, weren't they, Stephen?
Yes, they were 4.3% at 1 year and 5.1% at 2 years.
Okay, and let me ask you something about the paravalvular leak business, because that's always intrigued me, and as we were talking before, it intrigues you as well. What's this moderate paravalvular regurgitation that gets better?
What we found at 1 year was there's an improvement from discharge to 1 year in the degree of moderate regurgitation. Some of those patients went to mild aortic insufficiency. That effect was sustained at 2 years. And what's interesting about this study is the mild, the trivials, and the moderate regurgitants had the same mortality. There was no difference between those three groups.
Actually, that's something that was found also with the Edwards product. Isn't that correct? That if you have a little bit of aortic regurgitation, it probably is okay, but a lot is not good?
That's correct. That's correct.
You'd agree with that. So what's causing this moderate to get better? Do you have any idea?
We're not sure yet. So anything is speculation. Whether it's an LV outflow tract or annular remodeling to the valve, that may be one hypothesis, but it's really something that's hard to tell.
All right. So now you've looked at these 2-year results, Stephen, and so if I ask you to put it all together, what would you say about the CoreValve product in terms of where it sits? Obviously, 5 years from now we may change our minds, but where does it sit at this time?
So I think we're just validating what we've known before, that the safety and efficacy at 1 year holds out to 2 years. We know we've improved mortality and stroke rate in these patient population. We especially know that the New York Heart Association functional class is really improved in these patients.
So patients feel a ton better even at 2 years and continue to improve?
Absolutely. Out to 2 years, 95% of the patients are functional class 1 and 2.
Thank you, Stephen. So there you have it. The CoreValve looks like it is here to stay. Obviously, all things will wait as we go forward to 5-year follow-up, and I'm sure you're looking forward to those data as well. But for now, things look pretty good for the CoreValve.